Good morning, my beautiful friends, and happy Monday. I asked some of the coaches on my team what they felt their challengers needed, and I got some awesome feedback from one of my fabulous coaches about needing tips for vacationing and eating at restaurants and going to family events and stuff. So I'm going to preface this by saying I have a lot of tips for you because this is something that I mega struggled with too. So I really researched the things that could help me. And I only want this call to be 15 to 30 minutes max. So if it starts to go over that, we will stop and we will do a part two next week. But if I'm able to keep it all concise and to only 15 to 30 minutes, then we'll call it good. And we will, only have it in one call. So, okay. So I'm going to start with vacationing. And this is actually kind of funny and perfect that my coach was like, how about we talk about this? Because I'm actually going on vacation this week. We're finally going to go visit my family in Utah, and I'm so excited. So vacation tips, okay? The very first tip that I have for you when it comes to vacationing is to stock the fridge of wherever you're staying. If you are going to a family member's house, and this is something that I started doing, and I will be completely honest with you, if you're a people pleaser like me, it's really hard for you to do stuff like this, especially because eating is such a social experience and you don't want to be rude or step on toes or hurt any feelings or whatever. And I just have to give you permission right now because I had to give myself permission. Your goals are worth more than their pride for 2 seconds about you saying yes or no to whatever it is that they cooked for you. Okay. And with that said, I will tell you, I always take, if like it's a family dinner or something, I take, and I'll give you more information about this as I go. I fill my plate with whatever vegetable they're serving, 50% of my plate at least, even if it's dinner, okay? Because almost always there's a vegetable served, and I'll give you a little hint too, skipping ahead of myself. If there's not a veggie, you bring it. You're the one who brings the salad, or you're the one who brings the veggie plate with the ranch dip or whatever. Like, you bring it, you be in charge of that. You make sure it is there. Okay. And if you're on vacation, unless you're traveling to a third world country or something, there's a grocery store nearby. Yes. Do you have to get an Uber sometimes to go there? Yes. But guess what? There's a beautiful thing now called Instacart, where they will deliver your groceries to you. Even if you don't have a membership, I think you can do the first 30 days for free. So that's awesome. And then it's like $10 a month if you want to keep doing it. I do it even when I'm at home, or it's like $99 a year for a membership and it's like whatever grocery stores are local to you. So my Smith's delivers to me, my Walmart, I'm pretty sure, delivers to me, my Costco delivers to me, my Whole Foods delivers to me, Sprouts delivers to me. There's like a whole bunch of stores, and it's like a 20-mile radius that they will deliver to you. And you pay Instacart, and Instacart gets the stuff for you and brings it to your house. So you can totally do that when you're on vacation. When we went to Indianapolis last month, that is the first thing I did. When we got checked into our room, okay, let's be real, we took a nap first. That was the really very first thing we did. And then after that nap, then we ordered an Instacart. Yeah. And I joined up with a couple of other people that we were traveling with. I asked them what they wanted so that we only had to pay like one delivery fee. And we just shared it between us. And we dispersed it. And we made sure we had, because almost every single hotel room is going to have a fridge. And is it tiny? Yeah, it is. It's tiny. But it can fit a bag of baby carrots, and you can set the apples on the counter. You can set the tomatoes on the counter, like the grape tomatoes. You don't have to have those in the fridge. You're actually, a little side tip. Did you know you're not supposed to put tomatoes in the fridge? You're supposed to keep them on the counter, because if you put them in the fridge, it makes them lose a lot of their flavor. Just a little hint. And another little hint, if you put your onions in the fridge, it makes it so you don't cry as much when you're cutting them. Just little random tips for you there. So you be in charge of stocking the fridge. If you're going somewhere where you're staying in a hotel, Instacart is the best thing ever. And I know sometimes it's scary to try new things that you've never done before, but I challenge you to do it. Yeah, try new things because your life will be blessed. And it's legit like Amazon. You just go to instacart.com. You type in the zip code of wherever it is that you're at. It will bring up all the stores for the stuff nearby that will deliver to you. And then you literally just click the store and then you type in carrots and it will bring up all the options for carrots. You pick one, you add it to your cart, like legit like Amazon, okay? Then, okay, I want some bananas. Okay, type in bananas, type how many you want, or like click 6 bananas, add to my cart, and that's it. And then when you're done adding to your cart, you check out, it's bada bing, bada boom, they deliver to you, and you can pick the time. So you can either pick, okay, I want it in 1 to 2 hours. I want it between noon and 2. I want it between 2 and 4. I want it between 3 and 5, or whatever. I think it's actually, good morning. My son just woke up. Good morning, cute boy. Do you want to say hi to my friends? Come here. You can pick the time so that if you're not going to be there.
Mommy, where's Daddy?
I think he's in the backyard. You can pick the time, and you can even do it multiple days in advance. So you can do it before you even go. And you can plan it out, you can order everything, and you can say, I want it delivered on Friday to this address between this and this time because I know I'm gonna be there. And I'll make sure that I'm still at the hotel or whatever. So you can totally plan ahead. Instacart is awesome. Are you catching that vibe? Yeah, okay, good. And if you've never used it before, you can ask me or someone you know who uses it too for a promo code. And you'll get $10 off your first, I think it's $10 off your first order. It's at least $10. It might be like 25% off your first order or something. You get some sort of discount for your first time. So that's my first tip for vacationing. Second tip, if you're like, I'm staying at my mom's house or my mother-in-law's and in-law's house or my cousin, aunt, uncle, whatever family member's house, I'm not staying at a hotel. Someone else, it's their fridge. You can either, again, like I was saying before, they're not going to judge you for, I mean, they might a little bit, but they'll be impressed more than anything that you're planning that far ahead to ask them to stock the fridge. And you can totally pay them. Like, you don't need to, please don't expect them to pay for it for you. Like, I mean, unless they offer to or whatever. But you tell them like, hey, I will totally PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, whatever the freak you use, I'll write you a check, whatever. Like, please keep track of how much this costs. But it would be so awesome if when you're going to the grocery store this week, will you just pick up a couple things for me so that the stuff can be in the fridge when I get there? Because most of the time when you're traveling, you may or may not have a car. Yeah, so it's a lot easier for them to do it for you. And to be real, as a host of people who come visit often, I love it when people ask me. I love it. And I'm totally a people pleaser. Because when they ask me, it makes me feel, I want them to feel like my house is their home for the time that they're here. And when they ask for those types of things, it truly makes me feel like, okay, they are going to consider my house their home because they are sharing my home with me. So I'm opening up my home to them. And when I know that they feel like it's their home, it makes it worth it to me that I'm sharing my house with them for X amount of days, because they're actually making it feel like home and not just like I'm some sort of like just a doormat, right? So ask, really ask. And I have a list that I just keep in my phone always of like, okay, when I'm going on vacation, these are the things that I want in the fridge. And so it's like super easy. I don't have to think about it when my mind's reeling with 14 million other things. And I have specific things for me and Blake and specific things for my kids. And I'm like, okay, I know my son like only eats peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and hot dogs for lunch. So we need to have the stuff for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and hot dogs. And Elila hates peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and hot dogs. So we need to make sure we have some macaroni and cheese and some ramen. Yeah, my kids eat really healthy. I need to work on that, I know. But I know that they need to have those things. And I know that they love cheese sticks and blackberries and bananas and apples and all those things. So I want those things to be there. So my kids aren't eating the fruit snacks that I carried with us the whole trip. Like, for reasons I don't need to say. That is not good for you. So stock the fridge, whether it's you ask in advance, you find a grocery store, you Uber, you Instacart, whatever. Stock the fridge with the stuff that you need. And I did say specifically fridge for a reason, not the pantry, because I mean, y'all should know this by now, but if you're eating healthy, 90% of it will stay in the fridge. Cool. Okay. Another tip that I have for vacationing is, I kind of hinted at this already, but bring your own food. Every single vacation we go on, I always bring packets of Shakeology. And sometimes it is awful because I have to drink it with the hotel water. I really try to I added bottled water to my grocery list so that I remember you have to buy bottled water, because some places it's not good for you to drink the sink water. But sometimes I just have to shake it with water. And is it a lot better to drink it with a frozen banana and peanut butter and a coconut water and almond milk? Yes, it is. But sometimes I can't fit almond milk in the fridge with everything else I need to do. So I just got to suck it up and drink it with cold water and call it a day. Yeah. But I know at least I am going to get my Shakeology in every single morning. And another little vacation tip, get it in the morning, because unless you're some sort of, oh, Daddy wants to say hi, go get him. Unless you're some sort of superhuman, vacation days get away from you and you get so fun, busy, and tired by the end of the day that you're like, oh my gosh, I went to bed and I never had it. So drink it first thing in the day before you ever leave the house or the hotel room or whatever it is that you're at, because then you're giving yourself awesome energy for the whole day. Who doesn't want energy on vacation? 2, you're setting yourself up to not crave all the things. So I did this in Disneyland, and it was like so much easier to say no to all the things that I want at Disneyland, or I would have Blake get it and I would just have one bite instead of, yeah, I need my own whole corn dog to myself. That's going to make me feel like garbage, but it's delicious. So drink your Shakeology before, bring packets. And if you're like, wait, I get a bag of Shakeology, you can totally change your order very easily. If you don't know how to do that, reach out to me. If I'm your coach, reach out to your coach if I'm not your coach. How do I change it to packets? I know I'm traveling next month and I want to make sure I can bring it with me easily. The only sucky part is that it does cost more. I mean, it's the same cost, but in a bag, it's 30 servings because it's all just in one bag with a scoop. But you only get 24 servings if you're getting packets, because it costs more to individually package each Shakeology serving. So it's the same cost, but you're only going to get 24 packets instead of 30 servings. Hopefully that just made sense. I always bring my own beach bars too. My son just ate it all. But these things are bomb.com. They're like a healthy granola bar. And I bring a box of those because I love them and my kids love them. I also bring, I get Costco size bags of trail mix or dried mangoes, which I know technically dried mangoes are like glorified candy. But it's going to be better than a lot of other things I could get if I was just having the munchies, and it's going to be a lot less expensive than those late night snacks where I'm like, oh, I just want ice cream. And you buy ice cream from the hotel lobby thing and it's like $5 for like a pint. Yeah. So just bring the stuff that and like I said, I bring my own box of fruit snacks for my kids because they are obsessed with fruit snacks. So we really need to get over that. But, and little individual bags of goldfish crackers for my kids, or a sleeve of graham crackers or whatever, those types of things. Think about it, bring it. Yeah. And obviously I bring the things that are non-perishable, and then I order the stuff that is perishable, for reasons that hopefully I don't need to say, because y'all are smart people. Yeah. Okay. Another tip for eating well on vacation is to allow yourself one treat a day, but tell yourself when you're going to have it. And another thing that, again, you have to set aside your pride and just ask, especially if it's a vacation you're not necessarily in charge of. just ask, what's the plan for today? Where are we going to eat? And hopefully y'all are like the mom and whatever. So hopefully most of the vacations you're going on, you're in charge of. For me, that's not the case, because we're still in the fun beginning stages of life. And if we're going on vacation, it's because we are going with someone's family member or who's paying for us to go with them. We have goals though to pay for our own vacations. It's on my vision board. For sure. We had our first family vacation in April when we got to go on that cruise, but we didn't need to bring our own food because, you know, cruises feed you. But allow yourself one treat a day and ask the person that's in charge of the schedule what the plan is for the day. Where are we going for lunch? Where are we going for dinner? And a lot of the times the answer is going to be, I don't know, or we'll see, or whatever. But sometimes, oh, we have reservations at this place for dinner. And a lot of the times lunch is just fly by the seat of your pants. Dinner is typically pretty scheduled, right? But allow yourself to know, okay, we're going to this place for lunch or this place for dinner, and give yourself permission to pick the treats you're going to have that day, but plan it in advance. Don't leave it up to whatever. And even if you don't know where you're going to go, just tell yourself, okay, I don't know where we're going for lunch and where we're going for dinner, but I know my sweet tooth may get in at X time. So I'm going to allow myself to have dessert at dinner or after dinner or in the middle of the day at 3, 4 o'clock when my munchies kick in or whatever. Like, just pick your time that you're going to allow yourself your one treat and enjoy the crap out of it. Yes. No guilt, no whatever. Like, you picked it, you love it, you're enjoying it. Like if you're at Disneyland, for me, it would be a Dole Whip. I'm going to get it and I'm going to love it and I'm going to devour it. And I ain't going to feel guilty about it at all. Yeah. So, pick though, that's the point. Pick it and own it and love it and enjoy it, and one a day. Yes. And again, if you know where you're going for dinner, this is a huge tip that helps so much. If you do know where you're going for dinner, just in a quiet moment when people are on their phones or whatever, everybody's just chilling or waiting, or you're driving to wherever you're going in the car, look at the menu for the place that you're going and pick in advance what you want, so that when you get there and you're starving, you're not like, okay, I'm just going to devour the whole free bread that is at this place while I look over what I want because I have no idea and I'm starving, right? Pick what you want in advance. And if it's, okay, so now this, I don't want to go into that yet because that leads into eating out. Pause on that thought for a second. The last tip I have for you for eating on vacation is to set your intention before you go and share it with someone who's going to keep you accountable. I've learned the hard way, Blake is not the person that I need to share my, because we both have really good intentions and then we both cave when we're on vacation because we were each other's only accountability partner. I decided instead, oh, I just lost the screen. Oh, stop it. I don't want to see y'all. I started using one of my coaches, Megan, as my nutrition accountability partner a while back. And I'm ashamed to say that I stopped talking to her about my nutrition every single day. But oh my gosh, did that keep me accountable. And there were days that I didn't even like remember to tell her at the end of the day how my day was. But like I knew all day long that I was going to have to tell Megan if I messed up or not. So pick someone in this group, pick your coach, pick one of your coaches if you're a coach, pick a friend who really likes to eat healthy with you, tell your social media following, like tell them, hey, yo, we're about to go into a restaurant and this is perfect in stories. The stories is like supposed to be like the intimate parts of your day or whatever. Like just do a quick story that's like, hey, yo, I'm going into a restaurant right now. I'm a little nervous. I want to stay on track. So I'm telling you guys, I'm going to stay on track. I already looked at the menu. I'm going to order this and this. I will take a picture of my food when it comes and I will tell you after the restaurant if I stayed good or not, or if I indulged on something. And you can totally use your social media following as your accountability partner. Or you can think the same thing about, hey, I'm about to go on vacation and I have set my intention that I'm going to have one treat a day. I'm going to weigh myself every single day. That's a 2B mindset principle, if you didn't know that. I'm going to weigh myself every single day, or I'm going to weigh myself before I go, and I'm going to weigh myself as soon as I get back. And I'm going to share how much I gained or how much I lost. I'm not going to tell you the exact number because I don't think you need to know how much I weigh, but I'm going to tell you I gained 5 pounds on my vacation, or I lost 2 pounds while I was on vacation, or whatever. Y'all are going to keep me accountable. Please help me, or whatever. And I've even known people who were like, I goal to not have any sugar.
You're up and at it.
And I will tell you, and if you see me or I post something or whatever that I'm having sugar, or you ask me at the end of my vacation and I had sugar, I'll owe everybody who asks me or who points out that I had some $2 or $1 or $5 or whatever, however much accountability you want to have. Yeah. So set your intention before you go and share it with someone who will actually keep you accountable, not someone who's traveling with you, because all people who are traveling with you are going to have really good intentions too, and they're going to turn off the show as soon as they see the shiny sparkly thing. Yeah. You gotta set it with people who are not with you. Okay. So now leading into, okay, so it's been like, how long has it been? Don't tell me. I'm just looking in the wrong place. It's been about 20-ish minutes. Okay, so I will go. I want to go into eating out, but I don't want this to get like super duper long. So I'll go for, I think we started at like 6:19 my time, so that's like 21 minutes. So I'll go for like 9 more minutes, and if we start long and overboard, I'll cut us off in the middle and we'll do a part 2 next week. Cool? Okay, so next part is eating out. And if at any time, if you're on my questions or says like, please, let me know. I will totally.
Please, I need you to go water your trees.
Okay. Eating out. If you have Shakeology, first tip, drink it before you go. Save it for right before you go. I know when we go, and I consider it my mother-in-law's house, eating out, because I'm not, eating out is anytime you're not eating at your own house. Yeah. So if you're eating out, drink your Shakeology right before you go, because it will fill you up on healthy, good things. It will make your body happy. It will help you get rid of your cravings that you have, because it's filling your body with things it naturally wants and needs. But it's not a crazy amount of calories. It's like 160 calories. And if you add a half a banana, that adds like 55 calories. And if you add some unsweetened vanilla almond milk, that adds like 30 calories. Like it's a 200 to 300 calorie thing before you go. Yeah. And it fills you up with good things. Drink Shakeology right before you go, like an hour to 30 minutes to an hour before you leave. And bring your water bottle, even if it's to a restaurant or a barbecue or a potluck or to your in-laws house or to your family's house or to your grandma's house or whatever, bring your water bottle. Or if you're going to a restaurant and you feel weird about that, ask for the biggest water glass they have and make sure it is always full. So either ask, I've totally asked for 2 water glasses at places that the glass is kind of small, or I've asked like, will you just bring me a pitcher? Because I am a camel and I drink a lot of water and I have no shame about telling the waiter that. Yeah. And I make sure that I drink it. So making sure especially as you're waiting for your food to come, water. Yes. Drink a lot of water. And are you going to have to pee during your meal? Probably. Yes. But you're going to be staying on track. Yeah. And I want to preface this by saying, like, if you're eating out or you're eating at someone else's house or whatever, the same setting your intention thing is true. And sometimes your intention is not to eat healthy. Sometimes it's to go off track because you know you're going to your favorite place that has your favorite thing or whatever. And it's okay to give yourself permission. I'm going to Olive Garden and I'm going to eat 2 freaking breadsticks because I love those things. Yeah. And I'm going to have a salad, and I'm gonna choose a pasta dish because I love it, but I'm gonna pick a pasta dish from the lower calorie menu, whatever, so that I can at least partially stay on track. But I'm going to eat 2 breadsticks because I love those things. And that's totally okay. You just need to set your intention beforehand so that when you're getting there, you're actually enjoying it. And it doesn't turn into I wanted to be good, but I really want a breadstick. And so now I'm just going to eat 17 of them because I've already messed up anyways. So I might as well just eat the whole basket and another one too, right? Like, set your intention before. If you know you're going somewhere where you love something that's not good for you, that's okay. Just give yourself permission to eat it. And then when you're eating it, enjoy it. And don't make it I might as well just eat 17 of them. Yeah. Because that's when you get into serious problems. Cool. Another tip for eating out is to order a salad as an appetizer, because a lot of places bring you free chips and salsa. If it's a Mexican restaurant, bread. If it's an Italian restaurant, a lot of places bring you free something. And if you're like, I love the chips and salsa, so I'm going to eat the chips and salsa, then you eat the chips and salsa and you enjoy it. Yes. But if you are not wanting that, then order a salad so that when everybody else is eating and munching, you don't feel like the odd one out just sitting there twiddling your thumbs. Like, you have something to eat too. And you can ask them, like, I want this salad, and you be ready to tell them when they come around asking you for your drinks, like the very first thing. Yeah. Asking them and tell them, I want this salad, please. And you can even look up the menu on your way there, whether you're walking, whether you're driving, so that you know, okay, they probably have salads. I'm going to see which one I want. So when they come around and ask me for my drink, I'm going to know. Or when you're sitting there waiting to be seated, because typically there's always a wait time, even if you have reservations, even if it's like 2 minutes, that gives you enough time to look at the menu. Yeah. Be ready to order a salad if you don't want to have the appetizer before. Okay, next tip for eating out is to ask for a doggy bag or a take-home box or whatever it is that you call it, yeah? And ask for it when they bring your food out. So tell them, like, when you're ordering your food, just like, hey, when you bring out my food, will you also bring a take-home box or a doggy bag? And you can just leave it at that, and they'll, yeah, sure, whatever. And they might think you're weird. Who cares? They're not the ones that are trying to get the goals that you're after. Yeah. And you're never going to see the waiter again. And if your family is judging you, they'll just be judging you for a second. And then in like a week or a month or whenever your results start to show, they'll be inspired by you. And they'll ask you, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And you'll be like, you've seen what I'm doing. And I'm awesome. And you can do it with me. Yeah. So ask for a doggy bag and split your meal in half. Even if you ordered something super duper healthy at a restaurant, always, they just cook it in a pan that had so much oil or butter or whatever greasiness in it. And it just eating at a restaurant adds a whole bunch of calories because of those little things like that. Or you typically sprinkle a little bit of cheese on and they sprinkle a lot of cheese on, right? Even when you ask them to not put that much cheese on it. Like, they don't understand a little bit of cheese. So ask for a doggy bag, cut your stuff in half and put it in a doggy bag to enjoy later, which I love leftovers. So not only does that help you stay on track, but it also gives you something delicious to eat later if you're having it for lunch, or tomorrow if you're having it for dinner. So ask for a doggy bag, split it in half before you even start eating, and set it to the sides, put it underneath your chair, put it in your purse if it's not too awkward to do that, or whatever. Another tip for restaurants, and I learned this from Chalene Johnson, if it's on the menu, you can ask for it. So if there's something that's like, for example, a salmon that has like mashed potatoes on the side with, I don't know, whatever, like a piece of French bread or something. That would be a weird combination, but that's all I can think of. And then you see another thing on the menu that's chicken with grilled asparagus on the side with some corn or whatever. You can mix and match. So even though the salmon went with the mashed potatoes, you can say, hey, I want the salmon and the grilled asparagus from the chicken. You don't have to keep together what they put together. If it's on the menu, they have the stuff to prepare it for you. Are you going to have to pay a little more? Maybe, but I don't think so, because typically they do swaps like that, because you're not asking for things in addition, you're asking for something in place of, unless it's like something more expensive, like you're swapping out shrimp for chicken instead of steak or whatever, or steak instead of chicken, things that are typically more expensive. But I have not noticed a huge like bill increase when I've asked for swaps like that. So if it's on the menu, they will make it because they have the stuff for it. So you feel free to mix and match things from the menu, or ask for egg whites only, or ask for the dressing on the side, or ask for the sauce on the side, so that they don't sprinkle it all everywhere, right? Or whatever. You can ask for lots of things on the side that way to help be in control of how much is actually going on there. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically all of my tips for eating out. And again, just making sure you set your intention before you go and share it with someone who is not there with you. Share it with someone in our group. If you're a part of the Facebook community group, post on the wall like, hey, yo, I'm going out to eat tonight, and here's my intention. Will you guys check in on me? Ask me how I did. And people will, yeah. And you can totally use that Facebook group for accountability like that. Or a friend that isn't with us necessarily, but that super tries to eat healthy with you. Set your intention. Tell someone who's not with you about what your intention is. Yes. Yeah. Okay, I will just finish super quick with like if you're going to a barbecue or a potluck. I kind of mentioned this in like vacationing tips, but if you're going to a barbecue or a potluck, you be the one to bring the healthy option, period. You, even if they didn't ask you to bring anything. If you're going to a barbecue or a potluck, something, whatever, bring the thing that is healthy that you know you can eat. So bring your favorite salad, bring the veggie tray, bring a shrimp thing with the cocktail sauce in the middle, because that's super low calorie and friggin' delicious if you're a shrimp lover like me. Yeah, bring the healthy thing that you know is going to help you stay on track. You bring it. Bring your water bottle, and keep Alana Molstein, she's the 2B Mindset person, love her. 90% of this stuff that I've been sharing with you comes from her videos and stuff. She's the best. I don't have a water right now. Go ask Daddy for some water. Okay, thanks, sweet boy. Bring your water bottle and keep 2 hands on the wheel is what she said. So keep both hands on your water bottle and bring it with you before you eat, after you eat, while you're eating, so that when you're feeling, because most of the time when you're hungry, when you feel like you're hungry, you're actually just thirsty. And just keep drinking water. Drink water first. Make sure you're not just thirsty. Drink water first, drink water first, drink water first. Okay, I am hungry. Okay, now I'm going to get a snack or eat or whatever. And then the last tip I have for you is if you do want a treat, and I kind of mentioned this earlier with the corn dog example from Disneyland, your water bottle's in your room, cutie. 1 bite to taste is my favorite slogan in the entire universe. And again, that comes from 2B Mindset. But really, if you know like food science at all, you know that like the first bite of food is the only bite you actually enjoy, and the last bite. Because the first bite, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so good. And the last bite, you're like, okay, it's almost over. I better enjoy this. And then all the bites in between, you're just mindlessly eating. Unless you're very intentional about your food and you're literally thinking about, oh, I'm taking another bite, I'm going to enjoy it. Oh, I'm taking another bite, I'm going to enjoy it. But typically that's not how we are, because eating is a social thing. It's the first bite, you pause, you stop, you really enjoy it. And the last bite, you pause, you stop, you really enjoy it. And all the stuff in the middle, you're just eating it to clear it from your plate. So if you want something, and this can be in addition to your 1 treat a day that I talked about earlier, or in place of your 1 treat a day, and you're just going to have 1 bite to taste all the things that you love. Yeah. So if you're going to Disneyland and you want a churro and you want a chicken leg and you want a corn dog and you want all the things that are so good and so bad for you and a Dole Whip or whatever, all the things, just tell yourself, I'm going to have one bite to taste. And you're just going to ask whoever it is that you're with, that you're closest to, can I literally just have one bite? And you'll eat that one bite, you'll enjoy it, you'll devour it, you'll love it, and you'll be done. And you'll save money because you didn't buy two, you just bought one, and you shared it, literally one bite, yeah? Or like same thing is true at birthday parties or barbecues or eating at restaurants or like vacations, all the things. If you're going to Italy and you know you want all the gelato and all the bread and all the things, one bite to taste, and you enjoy that freaking bite. Yeah. And then you fill yourself up on the things that are actually nutrient dense, that are actually going to do things for your health, for your weight loss, for your goals. Yeah. So just remember, one bite to taste. Yeah. I love that. Love that concept. So for those who are on live, that's all I've got. I don't see anything in the chat. But if you have like questions or you're like, hey, will you please address this? I really struggle with this, or I need tips or ideas here. Let me know. I would love to address whatever you have. You guys, I love how many people we have on here right now. This is awesome. Okay, I don't see anything in the chat. Okay, so we will pause this. We'll stop this recording. Hopefully this is helpful. If you have stuff that you're like, I really need help with this, please help me. Please reach out to me. Please reach out to your coach, because I always try to pay attention to the things that are happening and going on. But I want to make sure I'm addressing what you actually need to hear. And let's be real, sometimes I'm like, I got nothing. I have no ideas. I feel like I've talked about everything I'm super passionate about. What do you guys want to hear? And then someone says something great that I'm like, oh yeah, duh, like that's a great idea. So please, if you have something that you want addressed, or even if it's already been addressed and you want more information or more specifics or more details or whatever, please reach out to me. If I'm your coach, please reach out to your coach. If I'm not your coach, and we will share all the wealth of knowledge. Yeah. Okay. So if you're on the recording, I'm going to peace out. Love you. And if you're on live, stay on live so we can chat. Bye.